Welcome back again, rum lovers. We are here with the finale of the Hampden Great House experience, right? We did 2022, 2023, and now we have the 2024. Check back for the older great houses as well, but today is a special one because the 2024 did something completely different from the previous releases. Rashawn's gonna get into it now.
Right. So this Hampden Great House is actually made up of 4 blends. When all the previous versions, not 4 blends. Well, actually 4 marks. 4 marks.
3 marks, 4 blends because 2 HLCs.
Yes, that's right. Right. Three marks. 3 marks when the previous is 2 marks. So the marks in this blend is LFCH twice. One is 3 years old, one is 4 years old. Then you have HGML, and then you have DOK. So the LFCH takes up 70% together of the blend, and the HGML 15%, the DOK 15%. The DOK is 1550 esters.
Right.
HGML 1050 esters. LFCH 105. 57%. We're sticking with the same ABV as the last year, right? And the average age is 3.3 years old,
Which seems young.
which seems very young. I believe it's the youngest.
It is.
And esters, average esters 463,
Which is
higher than the last year,
higher than the previous.
higher than the previous one.
Yeah, so it's not, the ester part isn't too crazy, but the
Right.
age being younger, it's giving me pause because we paying $100 to $130 a bottle. And you know, I was a bit skeptical when in the 2020 it was only 7.2 years old in average.
Right.
Now we're going all the way down to 3.35 years old. That is less than half of the 2020, which still is the pinnacle of Hampden Great Houses in my opinion. Fight me if you want. Right? Let me know down in the comments if you agree or you don't agree.
What do you think? I don't have a favorite. Well, because I can't remember. I really can't remember.
Because Rashawn can't remember, we're probably going to have to do a Hampden face-off, right? Where we just
You
pull.
hit the nail on the
Yeah,
head.
we have to do a Hampden face-off.
Maybe a blind. We should blind.
We should
fix
do a
our
blind. Rashawn needs
We
to
have-
find
we have
time
to
to
set that
do
up
a
next week.
blind.
We're gonna set up that.
Because what we need to do is, I need to buy some. We need to get all the Glencairns we could. Bring the Glencairns here, get just markers A, B, C, D, run through that, and then put all the Hampdens to fight it out. Right? And we're gonna run it. If you're gonna have to break it up into like many clips, so we're gonna do that, but we're gonna get you guys a Hampden face-off, right? But so far, it is younger than all the other Hampden Great House releases, and the ester count is
Mid-range.
it's the second highest, honestly, because the
Yes,
highest
it is.
was the 2022 at
Uh-huh.
855, and now this is 463. Which honestly, my favorite was only 238, but man, those were the most flavorful of esters that they had in there. So ester count isn't always mean the best flavor.
That is true.
Profile. Never forget that, guys. Do not just run after esters
Our age.
or age. I've done that in the past. You know, I started off thinking age is just the best thing.
Yes, that is true.
It's just definitely not.
Misconceptions of rums.
Yeah, it's definitely a misconception because, you know, sometimes with too much age, all you get is barrel. You know, and sometimes the pinnacle of rum could just be 8 years old.
Could be.
As I always say on the Appleton days, right? So yeah, let's get into now.
Are you getting the nose?
I'm not getting the nose.
So, barely, slightly.
So the 2 rums I got the nose on immediately was the 2022 and the 2020. This where oh thou is thy nose? You know, like for Hampden rums, great Hampden rums have great noses, I would say. Right? I think they should start naming rums great nose, great taste. You know, like just have like a, like you know, like how Foursquare does Foursquare does these random names.
Yeah.
They should try to find.
Yes, like Greek names and.
Yeah, you know, whatever they are, like Magisterium, and you know, Equidium, and everything else.
Criton and Critium and there's
Equipoise.
a lot of Equipoise.
You know, there's so many of these names. Mind you guys, I'll be honest.
He's challenging that.
You know, you have to research every time you get a Foursquare rum. My favorite from Foursquare is 2009. Check out the link because we had done a review of that one. I think I have the 2010. I think I did do a review of that one. It definitely was not my favorite. I don't think I bought any more because to me the rums, I'm paying $100+ for a bottle of rum. I want to know that it tastes good, and they all to me are very close. Like we did our tasting, our tongues got burnt out by the end of it, our tasting palettes. But I don't know, it's just too close to me. It's too close to me to just keep on buying these rums. But Hampden, what they're doing is changing up the blends every year. So you are getting a new rum every year, which is what I appreciate. Like there's no two that are like the exact same. Or sometimes they're very far apart. Like 2023 was way different from 2022. So let's get into this one. Nose is decent. Some fruitiness.
Some chemical notes.
Some chemical notes and some heat on that nose, man.
I believe that's a DOK, like poking at you.
Yeah, the DOK is making me cry.
Oh, the DOK stands out.
Woo. Hot. Sour. Slight fruit. Not too sour, but not too fruity. I need some water. I don't know, yours might have some water because your glass is pretty wet when I pour that in there. But I might need some water on this. Like you're struggling. It's attacking you.
Nah, I feel a burn.
Okay, I didn't get any burn as yet. On the finish, it's a bit dry, a bit briny, a bit sour, and a bit fruity. I feel like it's so intense in flavor. Sometimes when rums to me are so intense in flavor, you get a lot more of like brine and like sometimes things are so intense they almost become muted.
This is intense,
and that's what I think I'm getting here.
And the intensity, it actually can like it blocks out some of the other notes because it's so intense when it hits you like, and you can't pick up anything else.
Yeah, this is giving me that vibe. It's giving me that too intense vibe. So I'm gonna put a few drops of water in there, stir it around, and get some more flavors out of that. And one thing that we did not do today, we did not pour this long before and let it sit. That's another thing, because we did some reviews recently that we just popped all these bottles,
right? And
man, the change over time has been crazy. So if you guys check out the Shearwater, great Shearwater rums, we did the Belize and the Trinidad. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do a follow-up to those because the rum has evolved. The Barbados, another one that I did, the Barbados PX Sherry, gonna have to do a follow-up on that one as well.
Long finish.
Yeah.
Still going.
I put on my glass a long time ago.
It's still going.
I can still taste it. It's still in my throat. Like,
still going. I believe that's the DOK and the HGML.
Yeah, because those are like the higher esters.
Yes, the DOK, I think they say even after 10-15 minutes after, you'll still be tasting it.
Yeah. Whew. I'm still tasting it. I don't know if I need to drink anymore. Maybe we can just wrap up the video right now.
Would you say this is would you prefer this over the previous version?
Yes. The 2023, I think was my least favorite version. That was a very sour one.
Yes.
Right? So it was incredibly sour, incredibly like sour wine, mash bill flavor notes, where it was just so sour, I was struggling to get the sweetness. Now this one isn't as sour, and while it isn't as much, mine isn't sweet, it's sweet enough. You know, like I'm getting enough sweetness. It's not like overpowering, oh my god, this is my dream Hampden rum sweetness. But it isn't like, where the hell is the sweetness rum? Right? So It's not overly sweet, or my type of sweet. It's not, overly sour. It's not my type of sour, right? But it is. To me, this is. It's funny because the 2023, I think, talked about there being a master blender. This blend was created by Hampden Estate, most representative of a master distillery.
Then
right?
fire him.
2024 does not mention a master blender.
They fire him after one blend.
But 2023 mentioned a master blender. And I did not like that at all. So yeah, maybe they did fire master blender of 2023.
They fire that unknown person.
Because, guys, 2023 was not it at all.
We just broke it.
That was the most sour Hampden Estate I've ever had. Like, I don't know, like, who buys out? Like, are you buying the rum for the sourness, or is this person so tired of having sweet Hampden rums that they thought going in the opposite direction was the answer? Because that's something what people have. So sometimes people get, you hire someone because you're like, hey, I'm tired of tasting this type of rum that we're creating. Let's do a blend that is different, right?
Right.
And then you get different. It's like, yeah, that ain't it. And that's what I felt about the 2023. It ain't it at all. It is not. The 2023 is not the answer to any Hampden problems, right? So that isn't it. 2024, to me, definitely is a step in the right direction. 2023.
I like it. I feel like it went like this. Starts out sweet and then the intensity just goes up. Which the one that we did, the 2022, is the 2022, right?
Yeah, we started with.
I feel like it was more balanced. He hit all the right notes. I mean, the Ester count was higher. I like the 20, but
this might be better than the 2022. It might be, and we may have to do comparisons today, right? We may have to do a follow-up video with a 2022 just to make sure that I am not wrong. But I feel like this might be better than the 2022. It might be. Might be. You don't even want to say. You don't want to say.
No, my favorite so far is the 2022.
Okay, so restaurants here.
Oh, the three bottles that we
did today, right?
Yeah,
we did the other ones before.
But we have to do a face-off with all 6.
Yeah, we have to do a face-off. We might have to do a face-off with all Hampdens that we have.
Hampden
Marathon, guys. So, I don't know. I like that type of thing. I think I might need to, guys. If you guys are into making YouTube videos, you know about having certain cameras. I gotta contact Nia because Nia has a nice setup. I really need to figure out like what camera setup we need to really make this thing more professional. Like you and I, we do a pretty good job, but I think we could do better.
We can
do better.
We could.
So we're gonna aim to making better production quality stuff. And we are going to aim to do a Hampden face-off. Because right now, I want to pull the 2022 to compete against the 2024 right now. Because, I don't know, I just feel like this just seems very well. I'm getting everything. I'm getting salty. I'm getting sweetness. I'm getting sour. And nothing's overpowering each other. I just add a few drops, let me try again, see what I'm getting. But like, it's not going in any wrong direction. So I like that. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good. And I'm getting a little prunes a little while. You don't really get prunes from Hampden. Like I'm really, really appreciating this one. This one, you could have said you put a master blend on it. Maybe you do it. Maybe just the guys who do the fermentation and the distilling process is the ones who blended it. I don't know.
I'm curious who.
Yeah, and I'm sure I've been going back and forth about the need of a master blender for Hampden, right? And for me, you don't need a master blender, you just need to blend great rums. But someone obviously is doing the blending.
No, definitely.
Right? And maybe you guys are just like, hey, we don't want to pay a guy, and we don't want to add another guy to pay another salary. We can make whoever guy that's blending this.
I just feel
give him a pay raise, give him a bonus every year, whatever.
The master distiller, the master blend, he becomes almost the face of the rum.
True.
And because he's the one that's making the rum, he's very enthusiastic about his rum.
Mm-hmm.
But typically we get these rums where we're not sure who actually distill them, blend them together, do all of this stuff, and then we just get the rum. We know the rum speaks for itself. Very good.
Yes. So
very good. Probably we don't need one, but you know, I just like to, and I like to, me personally, I would like to interact with the master blend, like, you know, how you go about,
yes,
you know, what's your thought process with making this, and the explanation behind it.
So
the story of making a good rum.
So there's two thoughts, right? Some people believe that the master blender is the most important aspect, and then some people believe the master distiller has the most important aspect in the rum creation, because according to one other person that I know personally in the rum industry, they say if you put down crap, they use a stronger word, but I use it with crap. If you put down crap to age, you're gonna pick up crap when it's finished aging, right? Meaning that if you put down a spirit, a distillate that is hot and not very good, not very flavorful, the flavor profile is too off. When you age it for 8 years and you pick it back up, it's just gonna be aged crap, right? And the master blender, so what I'm saying is that the master distiller has to be good enough that he does not put down crap. So when the master blender goes 8 years later and picks it up, he doesn't pick up crap, right? So he has to make a good flavor. He has to try to make a good flavor component of the aged thing that was put down. But sometimes if the master blender puts on great stuff, then the master distiller is floating on cloud 9.
I think the master blender is the more important one.
The master blender is more important.
It is. Because the distiller, as you said, can put crap. But if the master blender is skilled enough, he can blend that crap with very good rums. But you can put down, the distiller might put down good rum and the master blender blend crap.
Here's the thing, right? You don't know because all you get is the end product. Think about it this way. I put on a stage, right? Everybody knows the master blender because it tastes very good. You have also tried the hearts. You have any complaints with the hearts? Because those are just barrels.
No.
Exactly. So that means the master distiller put down good stuff. 25, 29 years later.
But the master blender can mess up that good stuff.
But here's my point.
Unless it's a single barrel.
But it is hard to mess up.
But once you blend
No. Watch me. You can't take good food. It is hard to take good food, no matter how well the combination is, and make it shitty. You cannot make good cooked rice, good cooked chicken, good cooked leaves. If you just put everything, if you just make a good salad, right? A good chicken, right? And good rice. Throw it in a pot and stir it. Any combination, stir it. You can't get crap out of that.
You believe so?
I believe so.
I don't believe so.
You cannot get to me. Guys, right down in the comments, let us know. Do you believe which one is more important? The master blender
or the master
distiller? This conversation has gone off the rails from the Great House Review.
We need a video. Master blender versus master distiller.
Yes, and honestly, we may need to interview some people from the rum industry and have this conversation. Or just ask multiple people from the rum industry.
True.
What is important? What do you think is more important? But to me, it starts with the master distiller because that's the foundation. I have never had a bad one, not even because it was like, oh yeah, you know, you have to pick barrels or whatever, right? But a lot of times people just use 1 year age statement, or they might use, like as I said, the Hearts collection. It's couple barrels, but they distill one product that year, maybe because it's pot still, right? So they do 10 barrels and you just blend 10 barrels, or you do 100 barrels and you choose 10. But if you put down good things, it is hard to mess up the blend. You already gave somebody great ingredients. You already gave somebody sweet strawberries. You already gave somebody good, delicious dark chocolate. If they put too much dark chocolate or too much strawberries, you make strawberry and dark chocolate, like it's hard to mess that up.
Which is what you mess it up.
But it is hard.
Which is why the distillers scared and fret and like, I hope the blender don't mess up my good product.
No, that is possible. You can have a master blender that is so terrible, they can make up a bad product. But to me, if you give someone premium products and a great product, it is hard. It is way harder for them to mess it up. Right? That is my opinion. I like a good master blender, but I also like when you just give the person good products, right? Because then when you have a master blender, I think that's when when you focus on the master blender, is when you get away from age statements. Because the master blender now, so think about in Trinidad, I will have to cut this and make this a separate video from this review.
I think so.
Right? But let's get into it. So Trinidad, Angus Stewart Distillers is going away from age statements, right? They used to have 1919 used to be a 8-year age statement. And the 1824 used to be a 12-year age statement. They're getting away from age statements, which means they're blending in younger rums now. Right? They're just trying to make sure that the product is consistent. So to me, a master blender is very important when you get away from age statements, because before you're doing 8-year minimum and higher. That means the guy is working with 8 years, which should be a better product than the 7 and up. Not that he has to work with maybe 7, maybe 6, maybe 5. He now has to work harder to get the flavor component. Because now he's working with whatever fits the budget, right? Or whatever products they have. That to me is very much on the master blender. But when you start focusing on age statements, it makes it easier for the master blender, in my opinion. But also, in my opinion, once the guy puts down good stuff, because something I've been saying, and you know what? I want to do it. I want to do the old, if you could find it, some old bottles of Worthy Park versus the new bottles of Worthy Park. Because to me, the WPL is getting better in taste.
True.
From the original, and those are blended. I know there's new blend. We don't even know who the master blender is, so we don't have to change in the master blender. But what I can say is, the new bottles to me are better, and they're doing the same WPL, which means they are getting better at making that mark. That mark is getting less intrusive, less harsh, less metallic, less acetone, more sweet. That is what I could say about. That's what I believe that I've been tasting with Worthy Park over the years. And again, maybe the master blender is the same, but the product they're putting down is definitely better. And even the master blender is getting better. What are you going to do with all these WPL? You have to do something with it. And everyone I've tasted in the recent past has been more delicious. So to me, the master distiller is better. The product they're creating is better. And therefore, master distillers are more important, because there's a point in time I was very skeptical about buying any more WPLs.
If I had more time, I would have argued.
Alright, we're going to follow up this argument later. Guys, Hampden Estate 2024 is a very delicious, and to me, out of the 3 we had today, you said the 2022 is the best.
Yes, I rather the 2022.
Russian is better than mine, I'll go with that. And then you go with the 2024.
I'll go with the 2024.
And then last but not least, I would say 2023, because to me that was very sour. Wasn't really what I was expecting in the Hampden rum experience. Guys, see you in the next one. Rashawn has to leave, sadly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta grill some jerk chicken and some jerk pork and stuff. See you in the next one. Cheers.